On our broadcast tonight, what really happened? New information about a cascading series of events that triggered a disaster in the city of Atlanta. Tonight, the governor there is saying he's sorry and admitting mistakes were made. Family tragedy. Good evening, and let's say at the outset that while it's true southern cities cannot be expected to be as good at snow clearing as cities like New York, Chicago, and Boston, it took exactly 2.6 inches of snow to paralyze the nation's 9th largest city. The problem wasn't limited to Atlanta, but it's a big urban area, the largest in the South, where everybody took to the roads at the same time, right at the same time the roads turned to ice. Public officials got defensive in the immediate aftermath of the storm. Some blamed the weather forecasters, all evidence to the contrary. Today, the governor of Georgia chose to fall on his snow shovel. He apologized fully and to everyone for how the storm was handled or mishandled. And tonight, we're learning more about how it was allowed to get so bad so quickly. We want to begin tonight with NBC's Tom Costello in Atlanta.
Hi, Brian. We've still got ice on the roads here, but the city is returning to normal. Meanwhile, a lot of anger directed to both city and state officials for failing to heed the weather warnings. And today, we also learned that both the governor and the director of emergency operations for the state were sleeping as the warning got more dire.
This basically looks like a used car parking lot.
48 hours after getting slammed with a major winter storm, these are the images city and state officials are still trying to explain. Tens of thousands stuck in their cars for hours. Kids trapped at school overnight. 2,000 abandoned cars.
Anybody with an iPhone knew that it was a weather app would tell you that it was gonna snow.
Today, the governor dropped his original defiance.
I'm the governor. The buck stops with me.
Yesterday, Governor Nathan Deal said the weather forecasts had been inaccurate. But in fact, city and state officials had plenty of warning. Sunday afternoon, the first forecasts of up to 2 inches of snow. Monday, 9:36 p.m., the National Weather Service issued its first winter storm warning and advised travel only in an emergency for South Metro Atlanta counties. Then at 3:38 a.m. Tuesday, the strongest warning yet, revised to pinpoint Metro Atlanta.
I made a terrible error in judgment.
Today, the state's emergency management director admitted he'd failed to take action or notify the governor in a timely manner. By noon, snow was falling. Schools and businesses let out early, but it was too late.
Why did they not mobilize the National Guard sooner? Why weren't they more prepared for this?
Soon, the highways around one of the country's biggest cities were clogged and impassable.
A winter storm warning was issued at 3:30 in the morning by the National Weather Service. That should have been enough for the governor and the mayor to say, we're calling off the day. It is too dangerous to get people out.
Today, the governor conceded the state failed to act in time.
We did not have adequate preparation to encounter the storm as it came in the time frame in which it came.
On the streets today, the National Guard was helping drivers find the cars they'd walked away from. There are abandoned cars all over this region. This is I-75 right through the heart of Atlanta. Mile after mile of this highway littered with abandoned cars. We caught up with the Blakeleys, searching for the car their daughter abandoned on the highway.
She was there, about 10 hours.
10 hours?
Yeah, the whole thing.
2 days later, Atlanta is still recovering. A lot of criticism and concern that these roads may not have been pre-treated before the storm. In fact, many roads were pre-treated, but it may have happened really too close to the actual storm time, meaning it was too little too late. Brian?
Yeah, I read today that brine mixture they use of salt and water has to dry first to then melt what falls. Tom Costello on the interstate in Atlanta for us tonight. Tom, thanks. And a big... Finally, tonight, we return to Atlanta, where thankfully Southern hospitality came to the rescue in that paralyzing ice storm that stopped Atlanta cold. A lot of folks stepped up and helped complete strangers and made a big difference in a time of need. Our report tonight from NBC's Gabe Gutierrez.
Among the ice, the gridlock, the frustration.
You know, the kindness of strangers.
In Atlanta, when government froze up, strangers stepped in.
We got like 200 biscuits. Started handing them out on 20 westbound.
Good Samaritans took to the streets, offering water bottles, food, a lifeline.
Peanut butter and jelly down in here.
We got a lot.
The Roberts family grateful for the help after abandoning their car.
You couldn't depend on anything else but each other.
Good to see you again.
Well, it's good to see you're not on the side of the road.
I know.
Today, Katie Horn and Craig Catalfew met under warmer circumstances.
It's just come to a complete and total standstill.
On an interstate Tuesday afternoon, 8 months pregnant with her 3-year-old son Benton in the back seat, she was trapped in her frigid car. No water, only a handful of Tic Tacs.
Just saw so many people struggling. I mean, it was utter chaos.
Craig Catalfew had offered a ride on social media to anyone who was stuck, and Katie's desperate plea for help reached him.
I could see his headlights pulling up. I mean, just the sense of relief that washed over me was just incredible.
We were all crying after that, yeah.
Michelle Solicito started the Facebook page Snowed Out Atlanta hours after the storm first hit. What began as a site for volunteers to help stranded drivers is now topping 56,000 members.
I'm just really glad that we just managed to help so many people. Facebook just was the tool that allowed us all to come together and work together to do something amazing.
When you think about the kind of person that it takes to put their safety ahead of somebody that they've never met before, it's just, I mean, why wouldn't we want to be friends forever?
Tonight, Benton Horn is home safe.
Come here, buddy.
And the South seems a little warmer.
You're welcome.
Gabe Gutierrez, NBC News, Atlanta.